Hey everybody, it's Kerry with the week ahead look via the Vedic Astrology lens for May 3rd through the 9th. This week might look calm on the surface, but it is not a week where we're going to check out. We're going to ride the calm out. Riding the storm out is always this idea, I think, in sailing or life, where finding a safe place while something else rages to just ride it out. So we've been having exciting times for sure, but it does seem like this week ahead is a little bit calmer. There's just not as much shifting happening in the week ahead. So we're going to have Mars and Saturn finish out their joining in Pisces, and then Mercury is going to be combust this whole week and for the next few weeks. Combust means a planet gets so close to the sun's position that we can't see it. And just a note, combustion in Vedic astrology kind of sounds dire. I feel like it's like, oh, that planet is just, we won't be able to hear it. It won't be able to do its thing. Western astrology has a term called kazimi. It's really the same thing as combustion, but for some reason the Western astrology view is more like, oh, the planet's energy is joining with the sun and it's amplified out with the sun. I like it a little bit better. Anyway, Mercury is going to be fused up with the sun this week. And so that the pressure that comes with the Saturn, Mars, and Pisces, with, no other planets are there anymore. We've got Mercury is now with the sun, and it's just Saturn and Mars and Neptune left in Pisces. So it feels pressurized, but it also feels focused, and that's the Mars energy. So we're going to refine and clarify this week and get ready for a lot of shifts next week. All right, the moon starts out the week waning. We just had the full moon in Libra. Western astrology says it's Scorpio. It was funny, somebody just said that to me this morning. I had to explain the whole sidereal zodiac thing. So waning moon this whole week, and it's also on the side, this little part of the zodiac where there's not all the other planets. So I've been talking about this Kala Amrita Yoga pulses that have been going on. This week is a pulse of yoga off. We're having the moon out on the other side of things, which I feel like gives us a little bit of perspective, maybe time to pause and make decisions where it's felt cramped. So, it feels like a strong tide. We're over here on this side of that yoga, but we're getting a chance to look and let go of the old patterns that we have from this perspective this week, and we're going to keep walking toward the new things. Mercury is, like I said, just spending the whole rest of the month of May with the sun. Really close. It's going to just get closer and closer to the sun. And then when the sun actually shifts over to Taurus, Mercury will be right there. That's the moment when actually Mercury passes by the sun, when they move to Taurus, and that'll be next week. What else? Oh, on the Mercury note, since Mercury rules communication and exchange and transactions, and it's getting really close to the sun, and we're worried about the voice of Mercury getting lost in the blazing light of the sun, my communication advice for this week is to be clear and concise and compassionate and true. Just keep it simple as far as communication goes. And beam that message out. Be confident about what you're saying and let it deliver. What else do I want to say? Okay, let me just give you more details about the Saturn-Mars thing. So this is the last week. They're there. Next week, one of the things that shifts is Mars moving into the sign of Aries, which he rules. So this Saturn-Mars energy can create friction. And that might just intensify this week. That might be the big feeling of the week, is that friction, like the push and the pull and the yes and then maybe not. And it's irritating actually when there's always that push and pull going on. So it could feel like, even though there's friction, it's also the time to finalize details when it comes to Pisces for you. Whatever house in your chart Pisces is, that may be where you're feeling that, like, well, I want to go do this thing, but I don't think I'm ready. And you're going to have to be ready. Mars is going into Aries on the 10th. So finalize your details, decide what you're going to do and what you're not going to do, and be courageous with Mars and practical with Saturn, and see what you have behind you. What kind of resources do you have? Are they actually good resources? Can you deliver those things? Be really honest with yourself this week. Okay. So generally I'm seeing three sections of this week because of the moon. So the moon's going to start out in Scorpio. That's going to be Monday and Tuesday, moon in Scorpio. And Scorpio is getting the opposition aspect of Venus right now. So that's moon and Venus opposite Sunday and Monday. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to have the moon moving into Sagittarius, which is going to get the opposition of Jupiter. And it's also going to get the aspect of Saturn. Let's not forget, Saturn and Jupiter are still working really hard on Sagittarius. With Jupiter's yes, we can, let's grow this energy, and Saturn's practical assessment of, I don't think we can really do this. So that also feels like some tension for Sagittarius, the sign. So that is Tuesday and Wednesday. The moon's going to be swimming through that energy. Then we have Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The moon will be mostly in Capricorn, which might feel like we're all just finding our spot, getting our feet on the ground, and getting ready for the next week. Saturday's interesting in that Saturday evening, the moon will go into Aquarius, joining Rahu, which sets us up for next week. And also Saturday, that nodal axis with the underline under it. Underline means it's retrograde motion. So all week we'll have retrograde, regular motion of the nodes, but then on Saturday they go direct again. So that's just the brief week. Now I'm going to go through each of the days and give you the keywords and maybe just a few little notes for each of the days. All right, so this is Sunday, the 3rd of May. Moon and Venus will be opposite on this day. Anuradha Nakshatra, emotional deep dive. That's the key word for Sunday the 3rd. Emotional deep dive. Moon and Venus love emotions. They're going to be opposite. There's a really relational quality between planets that are in opposition. So the moon and Venus are opposite on Sunday and Monday. This is like a nurturing yet intense energy. So you're being called to be patient and strategic while you're seeking harmony. Sunday, emotional deep dive. All right, let's go forward to Monday. That is May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Again, same thing with the Venus moon energy. And my words for today, this is Jesta Nakshatra, which has very protective energy to it. Jesta means eldest. So it's kind of like the oldest kid in the family tends to be the in charge of the other littler kids. Protective transformation. Monday. Protective transformation. So on Monday, we're planning, we're finding, again, more strategy, more protection, but still with an eye on connection and harmony because of the moon, Venus. And also we're looking into cleansing and resilience. Like, yes, this is a calm week, but we already know that we can't just check out. So you're still moving forward this week. All right, Tuesday, the moon is going to be moving into Sagittarius. The very beginning of the day, you see the early degrees of Sagittarius there. And this will set up Tuesday and Wednesday for that opposition with Jupiter. Tuesday is Mula Nakshatra, which is an intense nakshatra. Tuesday is Mars's day. So usually I like to do hard things on Tuesdays. The keywords I came up with are dislodge habits, which is hard things. Habits are so hard. They have been grooved in. So Tuesday, like, get that huge habit spatula out and start chipping away. Start something that takes some of your guts, like pulling roots out. You could actually literally pull roots out and get your ground prepared for actual gardening. But this is a day for intense commitment. I'm going to start a new thing. I'm going to quit that old thing. I'm going to set myself up for success so that when that moment comes and I'm tempted that it's not possible. So do those hard things on Tuesday. Dislodge habits. Wednesday is May 6th. And we've got the Purvashada Nakshatra, which is entirely within the sign of Sagittarius. Plant seeds. Keywords. Good thing we did that ground thing, pulling out the roots the day before. So this is, when we plant seeds, it implies that we need good nutrient-rich soil, we need water, we need good seeds, and we need attention, because it's not just a one-day thing. Planting a seed is a commitment. It's a long-term thing. So if we're going to try to do something to create wealth, which is food is wealth, you have to be attentive every single step of the way and to all of the growing conditions. So no pressure on Wednesday, but plant those seeds, because you committed to your good habits the day before and you're cleansing and doing things. So that's May 6th on Wednesday. All right, then we have Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And this is Thursday. You can see the late degree of the moon in the morning, of course, in Colorado. It's different at other places of the world. But Thursday is going to start out in Sagittarius, and then the moon will move into Capricorn. So Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, for the most part, we have the moon with the Capricorn energy. And precise discipline is what we've come up with for Thursday. Precise discipline. Just unrelentingly put your attention on what you're doing, and one step at a time continually progress toward a long-term goal or a short-term goal. Precise discipline takes attention, takes commitment. So that's what you're doing on Thursday. Friday is the 8th of May. And we have Uttarashada into Shravana Nakshatra on that day. So it starts out one way and goes a different way. Structured receptivity. Structured receptivity. So the idea of that for me is we need, it's kind of a combination of like the hardness of Saturn, who rules Capricorn, and also the feeling of flow and softness that listening and hearing and learning takes. So this is deep learning through authentic listening on Friday. Keep your discipline, keep your focus, keep walking toward your goal. Even though things are going to always flitter around in the background and you're going to have to tweak things at all times, always keep your mind on that. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. This is a good week for practicing that. All right, finally Saturday. This is the 9th of May. We're going to start out with Shravana Nakshatra and then go into Dhanishta. Dhanishta is the one that spans between Capricorn and Aquarius. This is Krishna Ashtami. Krishna Ashtami is associated with the birth of Krishna, actually. Our words for today are ordered chaos. Yes, even though it's a calm week, we still know that the chaos is lapping up on the shores and on the sides of our boats. So as we gather ourselves together on Saturday and finish out the week, ordered chaos. Find rhythm in any pattern you can discern. Just figure out that there is a regular beat. Even when things seem disorganized or disordered, I think you can listen deeply and feel that chord that's struck, and find that pattern, find the rhythm, and you make your own pace, walking forward with confidence. Ordered chaos on Saturday. So with no other planets besides the moon changing signs in this week ahead, and with next week, the following week, shows a plethora of shifts, and the new moon. So next week is big. This week could feel like a quiet time to regroup. So ride the calm out this week, not by stepping back or dropping out, by getting clear, getting honest, and getting ready. Because what you're working on, planting this week, refining, cleaning out, letting go of this week is what you'll be moving forward with when everything starts to shift next week. So thanks again for tuning in. I always appreciate your comments and the likes and all of that. And it actually helps me to try to put these things together. I do read your comments and think about how I can make things more clear. So I appreciate you tuning in, and I will see you next week. Oh yes, I wanted to tell you, I had put the May forecast, the monthly forecast, out the other day, and for some reason I had made it a private video, so it was there for a few days and nobody saw it. Anyway, the May forecast is also out. I'll put you a link here. Okay, thanks, take care, be well.